Most detectives look for fingerprints. Some chase DNA. Me? I look for teeth marks. Yeah. Not exactly the usual kind of evidence you chew on, and before you ask, no, this donut isn't evidence. That one's mine. Welcome to the Scribbled Detective, where I, ForenStick, forensic scientist, caffeine addict, and professional doodle of justice, break down the science that catches killers, one scribble at a time. Today's mystery? How a single bite mark helped catch one of the most infamous serial killers in history, and why that same science is now both legendary and controversial. So grab your coffee, brush your teeth, please, and let's sink our teeth into this case. Forensic odontology. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi lab, right? But really, it's detective work for people who love molars. Forensic odontologists are the dental detectives of the crime world. They analyze teeth, bite marks, and dental records to identify victims, suspects, and sometimes the truth no one else can see. These experts can look at a jawbone fragment and say, yep, that's Becky. 2 fillings, 1 crown, and a suspicious addiction to caramel. Their job isn't about whitening or braces, it's about justice. Through enamel. Teeth are incredibly resilient. They don't burn easily, they don't decay as fast, and they're basically the little black boxes of the human body. Your teeth hold your story, what you ate, where you've been, how you've lived. And if you're a criminal, maybe even who you bit, think of your dental pattern as your personal barcode. The spacing, the chips, the rotations, the fillings. No 2 mouths are identical, which makes it very awkward when your mouth leaves its autograph on a victim. Let's rewind to the 1970s, bell-bottoms, disco balls, and serial killers. Yikes! Enter Ted Bundy. A man with charm, a degree in law, and a darkness deeper than a dentist's x-ray. For years, Bundy slipped through police hands. No fingerprints, no witnesses, no DNA. Just a guy who smiled too confidently for someone who owned a Volkswagen of doom. But then, in 1978, during his final crime spree in Florida, Bundy made a mistake. A bite-sized mistake. At the Chi Omega sorority house, after brutally attacking multiple women, investigators found something strange. A clear bite mark on one of the victims, distinct, deep, patent, like a signature written in teeth. The police brought in forensic odontologists to analyze the mark. They photographed it, cast it, and compared it to impressions of Bundy's teeth. And here's where things get wild. His teeth matched exactly. Same spacing, same crooked incisor, same everything. That bite mark became a star witness in court. One that didn't need to talk. Bundy, who had bragged about being too clever to get caught, was literally undone by his own smile. He was bitten by his own evidence. And when the jury saw the photos, the overlays, the perfect alignment, they didn't need convincing Bundy was found guilty. A monster caught by his mouth. It's poetic, really. The very thing that made him charming was what destroyed him. Okay, so how do scientists go from "we found a weird bruise" to "you're going to prison, sir"? Let's break it down. Step 1. Photograph the bite. Always from multiple angles, under good lighting, and with a measurement scale, because, trust me, bro, doesn't hold up in court. Step 2. Cast or scan the bite mark. This can be done using silicone molds or digital 3D scanning. It preserves the shape before the skin heals or decays. Step 3. Get a mold of the suspect's teeth. That's right. Suspects literally have to bite into dental wax like a really uncomfortable, crime-themed spa treatment. Step 4. Compare. The forensic odontologist overlays the suspect's dental pattern with the bite mark photos. They analyze the shape, depth, angle, and spacing of the teeth. If multiple points align, front teeth, side teeth, even small chips, that's a possible match. Sounds simple, right? Well, it's not. Because human skin isn't a perfect surface. It stretches, it bruises, it moves. So matching a bite mark can sometimes feel like matching a puzzle that keeps melting. Still, Back then, this was groundbreaking. In the 70s and 80s, bite mark evidence was seen as solid gold. If your teeth matched, you were toast. But here's where things get messy. Over time, people realized bite mark analysis might not be as bulletproof as it seemed. Different experts sometimes looked at the same bite and came to different conclusions. One might say, it's a match. Another might say, that's just a bruise. A third might say, that's clearly a sandwich mark. And they'd all be experts. Because skin changes, lighting distorts. Sometimes the bite mark looks different after just a few hours. Then came the real problem. Wrongful convictions. Several people were sent to prison, even sentenced to death, based on bite mark evidence that later turned out to be wrong. In one shocking case, a man named Ray Crone spent 10 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit, all because an expert said his teeth matched the bite mark DNA later proved he was innocent. So while bite mark evidence once helped catch killers, it also ended up hurting innocent people. These days, courts are way more cautious. Bite mark evidence is rarely used to prove guilt on its own. It can support other evidence, but it's not the star witness anymore. Science had to admit it had bitten off more than it could chew. So where does forensic odontology fit in today's crime world? It's still incredibly important, just in a different way. Modern forensic dentists mostly focus on identification, not bite marks. They work in disaster zones, plane crashes, fires, places where DNA and fingerprints are destroyed. And in those cases, teeth are unbeatable. Your dental records, those annoying x-rays your dentist takes every year, could one day be what identifies you if the worst happens. Creepy? Yeah, but also kind of incredible. Teeth resist fire, water, and time. They're little survivors. Forensic experts can match crowns, fillings, extractions, and root canal shapes to existing dental charts with astonishing accuracy. In the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, forensic dentists helped identify hundreds of victims when no other method worked. Same in plane crashes, building fires, and war zones. So yeah, your dentist might not seem like a superhero, but trust me, they're doing more than fighting cavities. Of course, not every bite mark case is gruesome. Some are just plain weird, like the burglar who broke into a house, stole a TV, and decided to snack on the pizza left on the counter. Police found bite marks on a half-eaten slice, ran DNA from the crust, and caught him within a week. They literally caught him, crust-handed. Or the guy in a bar fight who swore he didn't bite anyone until investigators found a perfect set of his teeth impressions on someone's arm. He went from "I didn't do it" to "okay, fine, maybe I was hungry." And then there's the case of the jealous girlfriend who bit her boyfriend during a fight, and when the cops showed up he said, "It's fine, that's just how she signs her name." Bite marks, it turns out, are everywhere. On food, on furniture, on people, anywhere. Humans forget that teeth leave receipts. So, what have we learned from all this? First, teeth are unique. They're your biological signature. Your smile is literally one of a kind. Second, bite marks can solve crimes, but only when used carefully alongside other evidence. Third, teeth don't lie, but people do. Sometimes even the experts. And finally, always finish your pizza before committing a crime. You know, if that's ever on your to-do list. Please don't. Teeth might not talk, but they do remember. They hold our stories of childhood candy, first dates, midnight snacks, and sometimes the clues that close a case. It's weirdly poetic, right? The same smile that makes a first impression can also make a final one. So next time you brush your teeth, remember, you're polishing your personal ID card not because of cavities, but because you never know when your teeth might end up as Exhibit A. This has been the Scribbled Detective. I'm ForenStick, solving crimes one doodle at a time. And hey, if you liked this bite-sized mystery, hit that like button before your toothbrush gets jealous. See you in the next case.